Happy Tuesday, 200K fam. Getting some hot water going here. Gonna be making my morning special. That shaping up to be a nice, pretty morning. Take a look outside the RV window here. About 7:15 in the morning, getting the day started. Already got my drink going here. You see, I got my honey and there we go. Got my honey and a little bit of about a cap full of vinegar in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put my limon without getting it all over the place. I do about half a lemon. Now, if my kids were here, they'd eat the rest of that. I don't know how they do it, but they do. But so lemon, honey, a little bit of vinegar. We'll walk it over here to our hot water. Whoop, it helps if I open that up. There we go. Now it's going to take a little bit to cool off. Look at that though. Ooh. There we go. I'm ready to start the day. It's actually really cold outside. I may just stick this outside to cool off a little bit faster. But gonna come over here and mix it up a little bit. And man, I'm gonna be ready to start the day. So hope you guys are doing great this morning. I do have one inspection today. I got 2 clams I want to try to do some reconciliations on. Mix that guy up here. So a lot of my work's going to be from the RV today. I'm going to try to get some laundry done today as well. So flip that camera back around. Anyways, yeah, that's what I got up for my day today. We'll talk to you guys when I go out on that inspection later today. I believe it's just a wind and hail claim. Don't know if there's going to be a contractor on there, so I'm hoping to take some video of the actual inspection for you guys and just kind of show you what I'm seeing here. But outside of that, going to get some work done. Depending on what I'm able to show today, I may do a video on making phone calls. I've been meaning to do that, and actually meant to do that yesterday and totally slipped my mind. Anyways, appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll check with you later. Boom, y'all. I actually did a virtual inspection this morning that I was not planning on. But you guys know that I had one inspection that wasn't going to turn out, so I only had one inspection left over, which is at 2 p.m. today. And I was just going to use most of the day to do some paperwork. But I had an insured call and actually had a contractor on site for a water claim. I was like, man, the contractor's already on site. Let's just do this virtually. So we did a virtual walkthrough of all the damage there. I made my notes, took the photos. We checked some measurements, and man, got another inspection done for the day. So I at least hit my 2, which was my ultimate goal for today. At least was 2. So got that done, and just gonna finish up what I'm doing here and then head off to my final inspection for the day, and then maybe create that video tonight about making phone calls. So anyways, just wanted to share that little update there for you guys. Anytime you can do something that pushes that claim forward, go ahead and do it. Now, if you're not experienced enough to know what you're looking for, virtual inspections are not for you. You will drag that claim out. So you always want to go visit. But I knew what we were looking for. I know what questions to ask. I know the materials when I see it. So there was no need for me to go out there. And I could tell, if they're measuring the rooms right or not. So it was a win-win for everybody. We got this claim moving forward, and I saved myself a trip, saved some gas money, got an extra claim done, taken care of. I'm happy with that. So anytime you can push a claim forward faster, you should always try to do it. It's just good customer service. So anyways, we'll talk to y'all later. All right, guys, I am getting ready to head out to my inspection here in about an hour. But before I did that, I just want to make this quick video on how to properly do a phone call. And I know I've gotten a couple questions on, when you call in IA firms, having people be able to call you back or to get some progress going, right? How to get these firms to actually start deploying you into the field and giving you claims. So one thing that I think everybody needs to remember is that the point of the interview isn't for you to appear nice, okay? Everybody has this idea, like when you're making a cold call, that you just want to be nice, and if you're nice enough, they'll remember you. That is not true, because everybody that's calling them is being nice, right? So it's not about being nice, it's about being rememberable. And that should be your number one goal. How am I going to be rememberable so that when claims are popping up, I'm top of mind? I'm one of the people they are going to call and say, hey, we got some stuff for you to do. We got some work for you, we got some claims for you to run. How do you get to that point? Excuse me. For some reason I had an apple and I had this little piece right here. It's been scratching my throat for like 10 minutes now. Sorry. But anyways, so there are 5 basic things that I try to do either a phone interview or just a regular interview, okay? And these 5 things will help you become memorable. Now, these aren't just, let me get that light out of your way there. These aren't just things that I've made up. These are things that you can research. A lot of this stuff is, I just read an article where they had all these 5 things in the article on LinkedIn. It was by Inc.com. By the way, if you guys have never been on Inc.com, it's actually a good place to get a lot of little business tips and tricks like this. So, in LinkedIn, if you guys don't have a LinkedIn account, I mean, Facebook's great and all, but LinkedIn is where you need to have your profile up on LinkedIn. You can actually utilize that, and I want to be transferring some of my content over to LinkedIn and starting to utilize LinkedIn in a more serious way. So, but these are 5 things that everybody should try to do and have a goal of doing when they're on an interview or making a phone call. Number 1, you need to get the contact's and remember the contact's name. Whether it's the interviewer or the hiring manager, it doesn't matter. You need to get their name and you got to remember it. Okay? It blows my mind how many people have interviews and then you ask them, well, who was the interviewer? And they're like, well, I don't remember. Really? You don't remember who the hiring person is? This person has the ability to change the direction of your life. And you don't even remember their name? I mean, come on, guys. You have to remember the name. Now, a great trick that I was using to remember people's name is when I ask for somebody's name, I always try to use that name 2 or 3 times in the next 2 or 3 minutes, okay? So if, I say, who am I speaking with? And they say, it's Allie. By the way, Allie was a recent person that I had talked to, okay? The name is Allie. And immediately go, hi, Allie, it's nice to meet you, I'm Jason. Okay, so that's 1. So I automatically repeat their name, okay? And then they'll say, well, it's nice to meet you too, Jason. Tell me a little about yourself, or something like that, right? And they go, well, Allie, I had this, right? So that's 2. See what I'm saying there? Hey, what's your name? Hey, my name is Allie. Allie, it's nice to meet you. That's 1. Tell me about yourself, Jason. Well, Allie, that's 2. I've already repeated that name 2 times back. That helps me remember. But here's the other thing it does, right? What is the most important thing that people like to hear? It's their own name. You could be sitting in a group of people having a conversation at a busy restaurant, and somebody 2 tables away will mention your name talking to somebody at that table, and you'll hear it. You'll recognize it. You may even look over there. It's like, oh, they have my name, right? Your name is that important. Remember, everybody tunes into their favorite radio station. WIFM. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? That's their favorite radio station. You got to be tuned into their radio station. They want to hear their own name. Subconsciously, we all like to hear our own name. So you have to not only remember it, but you got to say it. That in itself will set you apart from the last 50 people that just called and were trying to be nice. Okay? It's not just about being nice. It's about being memorable. You be memorable by remembering them. If you want them to remember you, you got to remember them. Sorry, I'm banging on this table, making this phone shake a little bit. But you got to remember them, okay? Find ways to say their name. By the way, when you end the phone call, you're going to say their name again, right? Hey, Allie, it was great speaking to you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Look forward to possibly working with you in the future. You're saying their name again. You want them to know that you know them. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, you have to have intelligent questions you're going to ask. All right? It's not just, spray and pray. Hey, I'm going to put my resume out there to a bunch of different companies and, hope somebody hires me, right? You have to do a little bit of background on that company. A great question for an interview is, hey, how did you get involved with this company? What's your story a little bit? How do you feel about this company? Now, sometimes, you're going to say, well, they're just always going to give you positive remarks on the company they work for. Well, that's true. But, you want to hear how they got involved with it, how they're liking it, what they would recommend to new people who got involved with it. Those are intelligent questions. Why? Because it's making them remember their own process. It's making them remember their own journey. That they were successful on their own journey. They had a goal to get hired by this company and they got hired by the company. Or if they're the owner, hey, they had a goal of starting their own company and they started their own company. You're reminding them of their success, but they're also giving you good information. Okay? Yep, that's my computer that's saying I've been away too long. So, ask intelligent questions. You need to have these questions written out before you make the phone call. Before you make the phone call. Okay? So number one, remember people's names. Repeat it to them. Number two, have intelligent questions to ask. Number three, verbally agree with things you agree with and ask for clarity on things you don't agree with. Okay? If they say something, we're looking for hardworking adjusters. You're gonna, you might be on the phone and be like, yep, yeah, right? You know what I'm saying? You're agreeing with them verbally. When they say, hey, we're looking for hardworking adjusters, like, I know what you mean. What does that do? That makes them know that you are easy to work with, right? You're making that verbal agreement. But the other thing, though, too, is you have to ask for clarity on things that you don't agree with, right? Maybe they say something that doesn't just sound right. You don't just, let them get away with it. Why? Because they want to know that you're listening. And the best way to tell somebody you're listening is to question what they just said if you didn't understand it. Hey, Allie, I didn't really understand what you were talking about there. Can you kind of clarify that a little bit? What does that mean? Hey, I'm actively listening to you. I want to get this information. I want to understand this information. Can you clarify it to me? They don't think that you're stupid. It's stupid not to ask that question. By the way, if they think you're stupid for asking clarifying questions, you probably don't want to work with them to begin with. All right? Ask the clarifying questions. So number one, see if you remember it. What's number one? That's right, remember people's names. What's number two? Yes, that's right. You have to have intelligent questions. Number three, verbally agree and ask for clarity on things that you don't understand. Number four, be honest but be positive, okay? Most of you guys that have this question are new to the industry, right? And so you have a lot of weaknesses. You don't have experience. Well, you have to have an answer to that experience. You're not going to lie to them. They say, well, how many years experience you got? Well, I got 15 years experience. You liar. Come on now. If I was at an interview and you told me that and you come to work for me and I realize you don't have 15 years experience, I am never sending you another claim again. You got it? Don't lie to people. be honest, but have an answer. Have a prepared answer on how you're going to deal with that, right? Well, we're looking for people with 5 years experience in adjusting. How many years do you have? Well, I only have, this many years experience, but I have 5 years in construction work. I have 5 years in these other things, in the program language that you guys are using with Symbility or with Xactimate. I have this kind of experience that lends itself to this field, right? You have to have an answer for your weaknesses. You got it? You have to have an answer for that. Number 5, get some action steps before you end the conversation. And that's one of the biggest things. What are some action steps that you can take before you end the conversation? So, the conversation's coming down to a close. Allie, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. Let me ask you this. What are some things I can do right now to help move this process along? What are some things I can do right now to help move this process along? What are you saying? I am eager. I am ready. Let's get going on this thing, right? I'm willing to do whatever it takes. What licenses do I need to get? What profile do I need to upload? What resume do you need me to submit? You need to submit a resume, right? Those are the things you got to ask. What are my action steps? Give me something to do. And can I call you when I get them done? What did you just do there? You just said, hey, I'm going to call you back. This isn't a one and done. I am in it to win it, right? I'm here for real. I want to do this thing, okay? I promise you, if you do those 5 things every single phone call, you will be memorable. Memorable people get the work. Now, you got to perform. It's one thing to get to work. It takes a talent to get work, but it takes a talent to keep work as well, right? This helps you with the talent to get the work. Number 1, remember the interviewer's name and repeat it back to them at least 3 to 7 times in the phone call. At least 3 to 7 times. Number 2, have intelligent questions to ask. Number 3, verbally agree with the things you agree with. Yes. Yep. I understand. Right. I agree. Yes. Verbally agree. Ask for clarity on things you don't understand or maybe you disagree with. I didn't quite understand what you're saying there. Can you please clarify that for me? Right? Get that clarity. Be honest but positive. Hey, these are my weaknesses. But I have an answer, a legitimate answer for each of these weaknesses. It's not going to be a problem. These are weaknesses on paper, but it's not real weaknesses for me. Does that make sense? This might be a weakness on a paper. Yeah, I may not have the years experience you're talking about, but I have other experience that may lend itself to this. Perfect. But you're saying that on paper this looks like a weakness, but reality is it's not going to be. Okay? Get that. Last thing, get some action steps to move the process forward. So those are my tips for making phone calls. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you know anybody who needs this video, feel free to share it with them as well. This is actually a very important video. I get a lot of questions about this. So if this helps you, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll talk to you later. Alright guys, I want to show you my ladder setup here. So getting up here now, you see I got 3 rungs above the top of the roof. Definitely want to do that with these long roofs here. But I set my ladder up against this little kick out. So when I get off the ladder, I'm going to get off this side of the ladder. Well, I'm saying I'm getting off on this side of the ladder, and I want to push my weight that way because I have nothing to tie off to. So worst case scenario, if I push the ladder, it's going to hit this little ridge here. And that should keep it from going very far. I might scoot over just a little bit more to the ridge just to give me a little bit more stability. But that's why I got it set up there. I'm also going to get my ties. I'm just going to put one tie right in here and these 2 little guys there just to make sure my ladder doesn't fall over. So that's how I'm going to tie it down. But okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm looking at this corner here. This is a wind and hail claim. This is not wind. This is like somebody dragged something, caught this corner, and tore this stuff off. So it's interesting, but it's not wind. Y'all see this fence? Now, unless I'm not seeing any tree roots, and those trees are kind of too far away. I mean, it looks like something fell on that, but it doesn't appear to be a tree. Like they might have been moving something and dropped on this fence here, whatever it was, moving something too big for this backyard and tore up this back here. So not sure what it is, but not wind, that's for sure. Definitely not hail. Okay, just to show you guys, that's how I tied it off. Now this is tight, but it's not so tight it's going to pull that off. But I should keep that ladder from going that way. Everything I want is to go this way when I'm up on that ladder. Okay? Also got my backstop there. You really shouldn't need it on soft ground like this, but you guys know I'm a little gun shy at the moment just from having that slip a couple weeks ago. But I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll see when we get up there. Sorry to be doing these short little clips, but again, moss analogy, not hail. Remember, hail we're looking for, I'm going to see one over here, we're looking for indents. It's not wind or hail damage. That looks like it's, well, we're just going to call it mechanical. Okay? So remember, for wind damage, we're looking for a crease along the top of the wind, because the wind is blowing it underneath here, right? So it's going to blow this shingle like that. And so we should get a crease right along that edge. Okay? So, get back to you in a second. Alright, y'all. Finishing up here. Let me flip this camera around. So, yeah, they thought there's a roof problem because there's leaks inside the house. I got on that rear slope, so I didn't take a video of the rear slope because as soon as I started to, the actual homeowner arrived, so I wasn't doing any more videos after he arrived. But got on the roof, and that roof, I swear, is not even 10 years old. It is almost in perfect condition. There's a couple of loose shingles up there, but that looks like it's more installation related, not wind or hail related. You can just kind of tell. I wish I could have taken some photos or some videos for you, but definitely not wind related. So to find out where the water came from, it jumped in the attic, and we dug around that blown in insulation for a while. We found the issue, and it is about a foot and a half away from the hot water tank. Huge water stains right under there. That is obviously our issue. So yeah, this went from a wind and hail claim to a water claim just like that. Did the inspection on the inside, and they also have some damage. I wish I could show you as well. In the bathroom upstairs, the entire bathroom floor looks like it's rotted out right by the toilet. Now that's going to be probably maintenance related. They probably will get a plumber's report, but I can almost promise you that's going to be maintenance related. Again, no guarantees, but that's kind of how I look at it right now. So anyways, yeah, exciting afternoon. Glad I got to put together some real good content for you today. And the last couple of days has been kind of slow, though. You guys did like the mahi-mahi, so I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. But finally got some video of an inspection. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Got a couple more inspections tomorrow. I think at least one of them is wind and hail too, so maybe we'll get on another roof, show you that. If not, I'll just talk you through the water claim best I can. Anyways, appreciate you guys joining in today. Like and subscribe. Also, if you know anybody who would benefit from these videos, feel free to share these videos with them. I do these videos, no one pays me to do these videos. I do it for you new guys. So appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining me. We'll talk to you later.